Good evening, or whatever time of day it is, I don't know. Welcome to Ballroom Dance, and tonight we are going to learn the waltz. As I already said in my email, Maddie's version of the waltz is very, very good, and it does a nice job of explaining it from the follower's perspective, and hopefully I can mirror what she did. She did a great job on that. She did talk about the waltz being the only dance that we do in 3/4 time, and usually when we have it in normal class situations, we always say, and that is a test question, because usually we do talk about the waltz. It's a very definite type of music. 3/4 time, one of the things that I always like to point out to people is that the first beat is the most important beat in the waltz, and it's usually you can hear a bass drum or a bass guitar that goes boom, 2, 3, boom, 2, 3. So that kind of dictates that that's your first step. It'd be the leader's left, followers right, leaders going forward, followers going backwards with their right. So that's all the comments I have on the Lindy, I mean not the Lindy, but the waltz. You'll find that a lot of the moves, like Maddie explained, are very similar to what was done in the foxtrot. You also have the underarm turn that was done in the Lindy and also the foxtrot. So it's kind of very, very simple dance. I think you'll do a nice job on it. It happens very quick. It's one of those elegant dances like Maddie talked about, where you'll see people in formal gowns, or they'll see me in tuxedos and they're floating across the floor. So it's a very, very nice dance. It's one of Maddie's favorites and also mine. So I'm going to hopefully do this all in one video this time. So I'm going to hit the pause button and then I'll start going through the leader's moves on the waltz. Okay, for the first part of the waltz, we're going to do a box. And the first half of it is what we call a long side close. You're doing a long step and then side close, and then you'd go back. Long side close. So two of what we call the basic steps, long side close. You put two of those together, and that is the box for the waltz. Obviously, leaders, you're going forward with your left, and followers, you're going back with your right to start. So we also then we turn the box, and very similar to the foxtrot, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Only difference is that in the waltz, you only have 3 beats of music, and in the foxtrot, you actually had the 4th, and you had kind of a hold on that. Hesitation, very, very similar to what you did in the foxtrot, except you only have 3 beats of music. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll show my foot position in a little bit. Remember that the hesitation is basically used as a bridge to decide what your next move is going to be. So whether you're a leader or follower, whoever is the stronger of the two dancers, you always are communicating with your partner saying, okay, we've done this, now let's do this step. Okay? Now, and the waltz, Maddie talked about the front cross and back cross, and it's a little bit different than the cha-cha. With the cha-cha, remember you're springing, you're stepping across and coming back, but you're going back to the original position. With the waltz, you're actually moving a little bit. So leaders, you're going to start with your left, followers, you do your right. So it'd be cross, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3. The important part for me to tell you is to remember to bend your knees a little bit. Don't be stiff-legged. 1, 2, 3. Have a little bit of bend in your legs. So it's 1, 2, 3. Remember, it's a very, very elegant dance. The back cross, very similar. The only thing that's different is you're going back behind. With the leaders, it's your left. Followers, it's your right. Cross, 2, 3. Cross, 2, 3. You're not doing a lot of turning with your shoulders. You're trying to keep your shoulders square with your partner. Okay? Now with the combination cross, the way Maddie and I usually do it in class is we're both doing a front cross, cross, 2, 3, and then I'll have Maddie switch to a back. Cross, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3. It just gives a different look to the waltz. Okay, I'll put a pause on here. So far I'm doing pretty well. Now leaders, very similar to what you had in the foxtrot, you had the underarm turn. Remember, you're just guiding your partner out. You have your left hand up and you kind of lift it up a little bit and you guide them out. 1, 2, 3, and then you kind of give a little gentle tug with your left hand to pull them back. Back, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3. Finish the box. Okay? So the last moves that we're going to talk about are the travel and the traveling crossover. So with the travel, basically what you're doing is taking the first part of the box and continuing straight down instead of doing a box. So we think about this going long, side, close. Normally in the box you'd go back, but now you're going to continue in one direction. Long, side, close, long, side, close. We're going to reverse directions. Long, side, close, long, side, close. Like Maddie talked about in her video, you want to do these in even numbers because you have an uneven transfer of weight. So you can go 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever you want to do with your partner as long as you're communicating. Now, with the traveling cross, this is where it's kind of, you see the very elegant dancers going down the floor, swooping back and forth. So what Maddie and I usually do when we do this is like we did on the combination crossover, we'll both start out with fronts, cross, 2, 3. Maddie would switch to a back, cross, 2, 3. Then we take exaggerated or big steps. Cross, 2, 3. Cross, 2, reverse it. Cross, 2, 3. Cross, 2, 3. Cross, 2, 3. Cross, 2, 3. Those are all the moves from the standing position, so you can see from the leaders. And now I will actually do it from a foot position so you can see what my feet do. Okay? So far I'm doing well. I'm going to hit the pause button. Okay, I hope this works because I can't, for some reason, operator error more than likely, I can't reverse the picture, so it takes a picture of my feet. So what I'm going to do is just going to have to turn the phone and put it down, and hopefully I do this correctly for you. Okay, basically I'm just going to do the foot patterns for all the various steps. So here we go. We're going to start out with the box, go to front cross, back cross, etc. Here we go. Hope it works. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do a front cross. Cross, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3. Back cross. Cross, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3. Now when we do a travel, again, we're just going down the floor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do a traveling cross. Remember, now we are taking exaggerated steps. 1, 2, 3, 1. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hesitate. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, I hope that worked. Okay, so that's a lot of the moves, hopefully from the standing position, and hopefully you'll be able to see what my feet were doing. I can't figure out how to transfer this. I'm, maybe slow at technology. And the last thing I want to cover is some of the music. If you go out to YouTube, you just put in slow waltz music and you'll find a lot of great songs to dance to. And a couple of the things that I have that I suggest in addition to that is if you just want to hear the beat of a waltz type of a music, you really can't dance to these from what we're doing because they're very, very hard. But if you just hear the beat of the music, Blue Ain't Your Color, that's a great country western song. And if you listen to that, you can hear the very definite 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Another one that's hard is I Won't Give Up. I don't have it written down who did that. Another one is by Kenny Loggins, Celebrate Me Home. Very quick waltz, but you'll get a very definite idea of the beat of the music. And then in a very slow type of waltz music. If you listen to the Godfather Waltz, that's a very good one. If you can hear the definite beat of the music. Again, remember for the written exam, I'll be asking you guys to provide me with some music that is a waltz, foxtrot, Lindy, cha-cha, etc., etc. So this gives you some ideas as to what kind of music you'll hear when you want to do a waltz. One to dance to, Open Arms by Journey is a good song. Very definite waltz beat. Very good one to dance to. Could I Have This Dance by Anne Murray. Way back when, was played at a lot of weddings, and I don't know if it is anymore. And then Rose Colored Glasses by John Connolly is a good waltz song. So I would look at those and see if those work for you. If you have any questions, like Maddie has always said, if you have any questions on any of the moves or any of the songs, by all means, don't hesitate to text us, and we'll be more than happy to work with you, whether it be a separate Zoom meeting, just the two of us, doesn't matter. We're more than happy to help however we can. So that's all I have for tonight. It's all in one video, which is surprising for me to be able to do it. So I hit the pause button, and that'll be it. We'll see you all tomorrow night at Zoom 6:30.